Alright, you guys, to start off this look, I'm going to be using my ABH Brow Pomade, and this one is in the shade Deep Brown, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correct shade down below in the description box, but I've had this pomade for what, 2-3 years now? I think since it came out, that's when I bought it, and I haven't rebought, is that how you say it? I didn't repurchase another one, so yeah. Anyways, I'm using a angle brush just to fill in my brows. I really like that it gives my brow a natural filled in look instead of like the super dark filled in look that I usually do. So I wanted the brows to be a bit more lighter for this eye look, okay? So now I'm going to go in with my Loreal Pro HD concealer in the shade Fawn and just clean up my brow so I could still give it that nice, sharp, defined look, because that's what I like personally. But if you do not like it, you do not have to do it. Once I apply the concealer all the way across my brows, I'm just going to go in with a concealer brush to blend it out and make sure it's nice and even. You don't want it to be too thick or blotchy under the brow. You know, people can really tell that you have concealer under your brow. So blend it out as much as you can to thin out that concealer a bit. I'm also going to go ahead and apply a bit of foundation to the top part of my brow, and I'm using the new Maybelline Superstay foundation. I believe they had a Superstay before because I actually have the old bottles, the old formula, or the old, you know, bottles that they had. I actually have two, and I really liked it, so they brought it back, which I'm really happy about. So I just used that to clean up my top part of my brow, and I also used the Benefit brow gel to set my brows in place. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use a bit of this concealer and apply it to my lid and just blend it out, and this is just going to be my primer for today's look. For the first shadow, I'm using this kind of like off salmon shade. It's called Lay Low, and I'm using a blending brush to apply this into my transition area and just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth and just blending it out. Then I'm gonna go in with this beautiful orange shade. By the way, these are from ColourPop. It's called Bratty. I could be a brat sometimes, ask my husband. I'm also gonna put this into my transition area and just apply a good amount of that because I definitely want this orange to pop and show in this look. I'm now gonna go in with this off red shade. It's almost like a strawberry color. It's called Hop On, and I'm using a smaller crease brush to apply this into my crease area and also bringing the color slightly into my transition area and giving it a nice gradient look. I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush and just blend those two together, and then now we're gonna create the cut crease effect. Now using this Urban Decay Glide On pencil, this is an eyeliner pencil in the shade Alkaline. You can definitely use a lip pencil that you don't use for your lips and create this cut crease effect. But yeah, I'm using Alkaline to kind of line out where my cut crease is going to be instead of using concealer. So what I do is outline the shape that I want, and then I go back in and apply a bit of that pencil above the line. In this part, we're just gonna blend it out with a smaller brush. And you wanna work really fast with these pencils from Urban Decay because they dry really quickly and they pretty much stay in place. Just to help make it blend a bit more, I'm going to go in with this ColourPop eyeshadow called Feathered and just apply it on top of the liner as well and just blend as much as I can so that it doesn't have that harsh look. I definitely want my crease to be really dark and stand out when I do my cut crease effect. So I'm not trying to soften it out to the point where you can't see it. I also add a bit of that brown shadow to this crease brush just to soften it up a bit, and then went in with my blending brush just to finish it off. Now going in with this Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art Duo. It's in the shade Peach Prism. So I'm just going to use this to create my cut crease look. At first, I'm just going to use the applicator because I get the most product on my lid right away with the applicator, but it's not the best tool to get like a really nice clean line. So I'm just going to switch it out, add a bit of the product on the back of my hand, and just use a concealer brush to get the product and then just to clean up the line and get that nice crisp cut crease look. I really like how this creamy eyeshadow dries down. It almost looks like I have a thin layer of foil on my lids as a cut crease. It's so cool. It does feel a little bit funny. I must say that it does feel a little bit funny on the entire lid. It feels like you have a piece of foil on your lid, but it does, just the effect of it when it dries looks really, really cool. So I don't mind it personally, but if you do, you can definitely use a powder eyeshadow instead of this product. So some of you guys on live stream said I should get a little fan instead of use my hand to dry my liner and stuff like that. So I got me a little fan from the dollar store. I love it. It's so cute. Now going in with this mascara from L'Oreal, I'm just going to add a bit to my top lashes just to give them some color, get them ready for falsies. And these falsies I created myself. They are not mink lashes. They are human hair lashes from 4 different sets of lashes, different styles that I put together to create this one lash. I've been doing this for a couple of years now because although mink lashes are really pretty, they're very delicate, and you know, I just don't want to mess them up by creating tutorials wearing them and they get messed up. But this gives me the same effect and they last very long. I'm going to add a bit of concealer under my eye, blend it out. Then I'm going to go in with that eyeliner from Urban Decay in the shade Alkaline and apply this to my waterline and underneath my lower lash line and blend it out as much as I can. Now I'm going to go in with that beautiful orange shade and my crease brush actually. The shade is called Bratty, and I'm just going to apply this right underneath the liner, just giving it a smoked out lower lash effect. Then I'm going to go in with a bit of the brown shade. It's called Feathered, with my small brush just to kind of add it on top of the liner, so it gives it almost like a gradient effect from that beautiful reddish burgundy color to the brown to the orange. I'm going to use the other side of the Revlon Duo with the glitter and apply this to the tear duct area instead of doing like eyeshadow, just to make it pop and just to give it that extra glam look. Gonna also add some bit of mascara to my lower lashes as well. By the way, you guys, I really hate putting mascara on my lower lashes. I like how it looks, I just hate the process. But this is how the final eye look looks. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it looks like foil on the lids and it's super cute. Now for foundation, I'm using the new Superstay foundation from Maybelline in the shade Warm Cocoa and my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, which is the matte poreless formula in the shade 340, and I just mix them together half and half, and I just go in and apply it. Okay, you can use a beauty sponge, you can use a brush, you can use a foundation brush, whatever it is. You can use your hands if you want to apply your foundation. It's totally up to you and what you like. So I'm just gonna apply this all over the face. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I did take most of the hair off of my face today besides my eyebrows, just to see how it would like look once I apply my foundation. I'm not sure if I really like this. Usually I just take the hairs off on my cheekbones where I apply highlighter, but I took it off everywhere and I don't know if I like this. It feels weird. Alright you guys, now I'm going to go in and highlight. This is optional if you do not care for under eye concealer and highlighting those things, but when I do a full face, I just go all in. I have to, or else it makes no sense. It's just a preference of mine, but if you do not like it, you do not have to do it. So as you can see, I'm just adding concealer in the areas where I want to highlight. And if I didn't mention already, this is the Kat Von D concealer in the shade Warm. Now I'm going to go in with this synthetic brush from ColourPop and just blend out that concealer in almost like a patting motion, just so that I don't have like brush lines. You can always apply your concealer before you do your eye look, but I prefer to do it after, so this way I don't have to deal with eyeshadow falling on the concealer over and over and then trying to clean it up, and then you just have a hot mess under your eye. Okay, so I feel as though I need a bit more concealer. You know, I've been awake cleaning like a psychopath for the last couple of days, so just a little bit more will make me look alive. Make me look alive. So I'm just going to blend it out as well. Then I'm going to go in with my Nye Neutral Set Powder. Yes, you guys, it's still here. I still got it. And I'm just applying that lightly in the areas where I applied concealer just to set it and just to kind of mattify my face. Now I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Pro Matte Powder in the shade Cocoa and an angle brush. This brush is from Smashbox, and I'm just going to lightly contour my face, just bring some shade and dimension back to my face that the foundation can take away, may have taken away, probably takes away, usually takes it away. I'm also going to add a bit of contour to the sides of my nose and the bottom part of my nose. Then I'm going to go in with this lip liner from ColourPop. This one is in the shade Mr. Bing. I'm just going to go along my natural lip line and my bottom lip line just to kind of create a perfect pout almost for the lipstick that I'm going to be using. So I've been loving this lip liner from ColourPop, and I'm going to go in with this gorgeous nude shade from Urban Decay. This one is called Fuel 2.0. It is a cream formula. It almost looks like you have almost like a sheer lip gloss on your lips. It gives you a nice kind of glossy look, but without overly glossing it. You know what I mean? They do have a matte formula of another lipstick that looks similar, but I wanted a gloss lip for this look. So once I've applied the lipstick, I'm going to slightly go over it with a bit more liner just to define the top part of my lip and the bottom part of my lip. That's just how I prefer to do these types of nude lips, but if you do not like it, you do not have to do it, okay? If there are any areas where you messed up, you can always go in with a bit of foundation and a concealer brush and to, you know, just slightly clean it up, make it nice and neat again. And now I'm going to go in with my highlight. I'm using Makeup Addiction's Bronzified to add my highlight to my cheeks. I absolutely love this highlight. It's so beautiful, you guys. It looks totally different in the jar than when you put it on. It looks so much better than when you put it on. Alright, you guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Hit the notification button. I know YouTube has everybody doing all these extra steps, but if you don't want to miss any of my uploads, you'll have to do them, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye, guys.